A couple weeks ago, I was so angry at something pretty small. It was like 10 o'clock in the morning, and I glanced through my inbox before I headed off to another meeting. And in my inbox was an email from somebody about something that's not important. And it actually wasn't important at the time, but it just made me mad. And so for the rest of the day, in the next meeting, and the next meeting, and the next meeting, and the lunch, and the next meeting, and the next meeting, and my planning session, I was angry. And everybody knew it, and it impacted everybody. It impacted the environment. It was bad leadership from me. And all of it stemmed from just this one little email that wasn't actually even important. I bet that has never happened to you. I bet that you don't have any of those same issues where you get thrown off and then it kind of messes up the rest of your day or week, month, if it's something big. Actually, it happens to all of us, right? We all know that it's easy for us to get hijacked, our brains to get hijacked by these little things, and it's hard to shake them. So that's what we want to talk about today here on our podcast, With Purpose, the podcast where we learn a little bit about ourselves, our business, and then we take some time and plan what we want to work on in the week ahead. I'm Ben Hutton, and I'm glad you're here. So yes, we are talking about how do we reset ourselves when things like that happen, because it does happen. Like all of us have had an experience probably within the last 24 hours, maybe week, that something just kind of was different than what our expectations were, and we get set off, and then it's hard to recenter ourselves. And so what I want to talk about today is this idea of having a ritual or something that you do to help yourself reset. You know, I first came across this idea in a couple of different ways. The first was in a book that I like by Shawn Achor called The Happiness Advantage. And in this book, he lays out all sorts of science behind our brain and happiness and how it operates, and it's really fascinating. But one particular thing stuck out to me then and still does now, a decade later. He talked about how a funny video, like a funny reel on Instagram or something from America's Funniest Home Videos, impacts our brain. And a study they did about people that watched a video like that before they went into a stressful situation or a presentation or something like that. So it turns out the people that watched a funny video performed about 30 or 40% better in this stressful situation because of this like reset that it brought to their brain. It allowed them to, for just a moment, take their attention off of what they were worried about, what they were focused on, angry about, whatever it was, have a little bit of some free space in their brain, have a good laugh, and then return with a little different mindset to the task ahead. So I thought that was really interesting. It's interesting enough that to the fact that when I know some of our team members are going into a stressful situation, an interview for a new project, some meeting at work, sometimes I will take a minute and I will send them a funny video with the hopes that they'll watch it just before they go in, and it will help them reset a little bit. The other time I came across this that was really memorable for me was a story that was told by Craig Groeschel. Craig Groeschel is the pastor at Life Church, which is a really big church down in Oklahoma City. They have campuses all over the plains, and then they're really big online, like 100,000 people. I don't know how many people attend Life Church, but it's a lot. And Craig is the senior pastor there. He's grown this church and is a really powerful speaker. Like, he is excellent at public speaking. But what I heard him say surprised me. He said, I used to be, and maybe still is even, afraid of public speaking. And he would talk about the fear that he would experience as he was getting ready to go on stage to give his sermon each week, and how he dealt with that. And it was powerful, one, to hear what appears to be a really capable leader, a really capable speaker, say this is a fear that he has, but two, to learn how he dealt with that. And so Craig's ritual is that as he goes on stage, just before he speaks, he will take a step forward, and in his mind, this is him stepping out of his own body and stepping into the control of God, who is going to speak through him. This ritual allows him to leave behind this fear. So, watching a funny video allows us to reset our brain and perform well in a high stress situation. Maybe there's another ritual that allows us to physically remember what we're afraid of and step forward out of it. I've been thinking this last week after I was so angry about what is a ritual that I can have to be able to reset myself when that happens again, because it's going to happen again, guaranteed. And I haven't actually landed on it yet for that specifically. I have landed on one that I think will help me most days, though. So as I pull, you don't get to pull into my driveway. As I pull into my driveway each night, on the right side, we've got a little statue with a couple birds on the top. And I've decided whenever I see that statue, I will take a moment to remember what the day at work has been like, and then to purposely say, I'm home now, and I'm going to be focused on what's here for me. So it's this like physical representation of this decision that I'm making to leave my issues, my work issues at work, and focus on my home when I'm at home. And so that's one of the rituals that I'm going to institute in my life. I wonder if you have some rituals that you already have in yours. Like, do you have a way to reset when you're angry, or to set yourself up for success at home after work, or in the morning before you go to work? How do you handle that? Well, I'd love to hear it. Comment down below and share that with everybody. I think this is an area that we can all learn a little bit from. Having these rituals, these reminders that things happen, and we need to be able to acknowledge that and reset ourselves and then move forward. I think that is a powerful thing. So anyway, comment down below, share your best practices. Let's all learn from each other on this one. So that's enough about rituals for today. One of the rituals that we all have together, having been doing this for a few weeks, is that we start our planning with gratitude. I think this is a fantastic ritual because it does put us in the right mindset to be positive about the opportunities and challenges that we have ahead. So this week, we'll start again with gratitude. What in the last week, maybe month, if you haven't done planning for a while, has been good? What do you have to be grateful for? And then next up, do you have things that you have been putting off that you just need to get done? I really needed to go to the post office the other day. I really did not want to do that, and so I put it off for a couple days. And it was as bad as I expected, but I got it done. Okay, so 2 questions this week to help us think about rituals. 1, when do you have trouble moving on? Think about the times that something has happened You got an email, somebody said something. Is there any commonality in that? When do you have trouble moving on from something? And then the follow-up question to that is, what would be a good physical reminder for you to reset? I was in this class once, and one of the things they had us do for a full month was to wear a black rubber band around our wrist. And whenever we complained about something, we had to snap ourselves. It was a great reminder. It was actually quite surprising how much I complained about stuff. I should probably do that again. I'm pretty complainy lately. Okay, that's enough for today on With Purpose. I hope this has been a powerful time. I really would love it if you'd comment down below on how you reset when things are going bad. Is it meditation? Is it prayer? Is it taking a moment to go for a short walk? What is it for you that helps you get recentered and ready to approach whatever's next in your life without the baggage from what came before? All right, I'll see you all again in a week here at With Purpose. Don't forget to like, subscribe, tell your friends, all that good stuff. We're trying to build a good podcast, and I need your help. Please help. Thank you.